Off of work at a decent time today. And on top of that, we also have storms coming in. I don't know if it's from this hurricane coming in or what, but the wind has definitely picked up. And the first thing that went into my mind was definitely going hunting tomorrow. Today would have probably been a good day, but I've got to go clean chickens and get the jugs ready for tomorrow's run. I just double check and make sure I got everything ready. I got to grab the battery still. Got my bag, got the bow. Yeah, not going to forget the paddle this time. Got the net, and of course I got everything gassed up on the main tank, and I also touched up the gas can itself. 8 miles. 8 miles from the closest boat ramp to the area that I'm going to. It's been a couple of years since I've been there. I wasn't prepared last time. This time I will be prepared. And when the river that I ride during the hunting season, when it gets drained down, it gets a little tricky and a little dangerous. I need to ask that fella right there how he got his goat to stay on his property without a fence, because I failed in that category. You know, the one good thing about getting off of work at 8 hours or early is that you're able to get caught up on things that you're behind on, or at least attempt to try. You're able to fix things that are broken, complete things that are unfinished, train puppies that are plotting to take out your farm. It's stressful, yeah, but I love doing it. And if I had an opportunity to do this every single day and not worry about punching at the time clock, I would. But of course we all have fantasies, don't we? Well, I was only able to get what I could done before the sun went down. I tried weighing some of the chickens, but none of them are ready to be harvested. We're honestly thinking about putting them back on the feed, which, by the way, I haven't updated y'all since I've started doing the daily vlog, but the feeder chickens have been off of feed for the past 2 weeks, and they've been doing great. They've been helping us clear out more of the land that we need to clear. We've just been having to keep up with them and move them 2 to 3 times a day in order to supply that feed. The only problem is it's with them being a little bit more free range, they're not coming up to weight as fast as we want them to be, which is fine. We're pushing time for the winter, and we're having to go ahead and put them back on the feed to hurry up and get them back to weight, which we've barely put any money at all when it comes to feeding them. I was able to get a little bit done. I was able to, you know, mend a couple of fences, work on the chicken tractors a little bit, clean up the yard. We got Bud's birthday this weekend to plan for, and just get everything cleaned up that we got behind on. And I started doing the weights for the jugs, and basically how I did it was got myself a bag of concrete and went ahead and mixed it up. Once I had everything mixed up, I grabbed a pack of Dixie cups. Of course, the family already broke into them, so I only had 15 cups to work with, and went ahead, filled up all 15 cups, and bent some banding wire to put in the cups to make loops so that my jug lines can be attached to the weights. Now, the weights that I made, they're probably going to be about 2 to 3 pound weights, and I know some of y'all are probably like, holy crap, for a jug line. The river that I'm going on while I'm hunting on public land, the river doesn't mess around. Like the Cumberland River already doesn't mess around, so this weight period for my jugs will be perfect to keep them stationary, and hopefully through most of the river conditions they will be able to handle. They're not going to be ready tomorrow. I guess that was my fault on, you know, I did procrastinate a little bit on some of the things I needed to get done, but I've been mainly focused on making sure, you know, these animals stay healthy and the farm stays up to date, and along with other issues that show up like diesel breaking down, and working the overtime that we need to pay for everything that we need. It's just been a little hectic. I mean, what do you expect? First generation farm, This is our first house that we bought. I wouldn't say we're learning everything new, but we are coming across things that we've never experienced before. You know, like the goats, for instance. The goats we bought for work, and they do an amazing job at what they do. They're just not doing a good job as the pigs, and they're actually starting to cost us more money between feed and mending fences than anything else. And we've been honestly thinking about taking them to another home where somebody, you know, enjoys having goats. I wouldn't say we don't enjoy them. We do enjoy them. It's one of the animals we've always wanted when we've been talking about a farm, but they're not what we expected, I guess how you would say. We really expected a little bit more. The pigs do the same job, but way better. I mean, they are clearing out the land down to the dirt, especially with them starting to root right now. A lot of people think that's a bad thing, and it is, especially with wild pig. With my experience, between the guinea hogs, which are the boys, and girl is a heritage hog, they are doing what we need them to do. They don't ever try to find a way out of the area. They don't ever, they're always giving us what we expect of them. And, you know, and that's what we are looking for. The goats are continuously trying to find a way out. They're continuously breaking out, and they're just costing us more money to feed them than anything else. And they're not ever going. I guess you could, but we're not expecting to harvest the goats. I'll get my lamb chops from somewhere else, but you know, we're trying to raise the chickens and pigs and hunt for the deer and fish for catfish and everything, things that we enjoy eating, things that we need to fill up the freezer to support us. But I'm going to keep my head up. I'm not going to give up. This it's already bad enough. I got the pups. You know, I got a call from Rooster today. They're finding ways of breaking out of the doghouse. They're finding ways of breaking the wires that we put them on. We're having to put them on chains, and I don't like having my dogs locked up. I don't think it's natural for them, but at the same time, I think it's necessary to train them for what you need them for, other than a companionship. We want the companionship. We want also the work done that we need them to do. We have something in our family, and one of the things we live by is we don't have anything that doesn't help supply for the farm or to help take care of the farm. Well, but with all the farm talk done, I'm ready for tomorrow. Everything's set up, everything's ready. It's just whether or not I get off of work at a decent time to be able to make that 8-mile run down the river and do it safely and get to the area where I've, you know, scouted for the deer. And I mean, everything's just got to fall in place perfectly. I'm not relying on, I'm hoping I get something tomorrow, but I'm not relying on something to show up in front of me or whatever. That's why I'm going to be still hunting, which I've mentioned before. I enjoy still hunting. That's what I started out with. That's what I stick to when especially things get rough right now, and I can't rely on the private property right now where the deer are on a whole nother schedule this year than what I'm used to. But hopefully the storm comes in through tomorrow. Whether it hits before I get off of work or after I get off of work, I should have enough time to make it down that river and be able to harvest something. If not, it will definitely give me an idea of what to expect later in the season when I go down to that side of the river, because with the area where I'm at, the river could be high, or they could drain the river to a foot in depth, which makes things really dangerous, and that's why I enjoy using my boat, because that thing can handle pretty much anything you throw at it. It's rough. It's rough. But the only thing you can do is move forward. That's all you can do.